What if everything we thought about heaven was wrong? For centuries, we've imagined it as a spiritual realm above the clouds. But what if the Bible describes something far more tangible, a physical place in the cosmos? When the Bible speaks of heaven, it might be pointing us to the stars and galaxies. The night sky, a tapestry of stars, was the same one the biblical writers saw. The psalmist wrote, "The heavens declare the glory of God." Imagine that as the literal universe. The universe is a testament to a power greater than ourselves. What if biblical heaven is the vast physical universe? The answer might be more astonishing than any story ever told. If heaven is space, then who are the angels? The Bible calls them messengers, warriors, and guardians. They travel between heaven and earth, carrying out missions. What if these angels are advanced extraterrestrial life forms, beings from other star systems? The Bible says angels descend from the sky, often in brilliant light or chariots of fire. Ezekiel describes a wheel within a wheel, a flying object moving in any direction. To ancient people, this could only be described with the words they knew. These were not visions of spirits, but encounters with physical beings wielding advanced technology. The Bible mentions constellations like Orion and the Pleiades, specific locations in our galaxy. Could these be the home systems of different angelic or alien races? This theory reframes the biblical narrative. Humanity has always been part of a larger cosmic story. The messengers from God may have been physical visitors, explorers, scientists, and guardians from distant worlds. The evidence is waiting to be re-examined. Angels aren't just winged humans. The Bible describes a diverse host of heaven, a cosmic coalition. Some angels looked human, like those who visited Abraham. Others, like cherubim, had 4 faces: man, lion, ox, and eagle. Isaiah describes seraphim, 6-winged fiery beings. The constellation Draco hints at a reptilian race. The heavenly host was a diverse assembly, not a uniform choir. The diversity of the host points to a universe teeming with life. For millennia, humanity has looked to the stars and wondered, are we alone in this vast dark universe? Ancient texts and forgotten mythologies speak of a great war in the heavens. A battle not just of steel and fire, but of consciousness and frequency. Could it be that this celestial conflict is not a distant myth, but a present reality? A dark Gothic war has been raging in the shadows, its outcome determining the very destiny of our planet. On one side, we have the high-ascended Light Council of Beings. They are a collective of advanced extraterrestrial races from star systems across the galaxy. On the other, the Draconian Reptilian aliens, a cunning and ancient foe. This is not a story of simple good versus evil. It is a full breakdown of a cosmic struggle that has manifested on Earth in ways we are only now beginning to understand. The battleground is not just in the skies above, but within the hearts and minds of every human being. The High Council operates from higher planes of existence. They use love, light, and elevated vibrations as their primary forces. Their goal is not to conquer, but to liberate. They seek to raise the frequency of our world, to break the chains of fear that have bound humanity for eons. This is a war of vibrational warfare. The Draconian Reptilians are beings of a lower vibration. They are masters of manipulation and control, originating from the Draco constellation after being cast down from the celestial realms of Orion. To them, fear is not just a weapon, it is sustenance. They feed on the negative energy generated by terror, conflict and despair. For ages, they have secretly influenced human society, puppeteering our world from behind a veil of deception. They have infiltrated our power structures, promising wealth and dominion to those human elites willing to make a pact and serve their dark agenda. But their time is running out. Their own tactics have become their undoing. The very fear they have cultivated is now turning against them as a new age dawns. The High Ascended Light Council has initiated a final, decisive action. A light lock has been placed upon the Earth, a great chain of high-frequency energy that traps the remaining reptilian forces. They can no longer escape to the lower dimensions from which they came. They are cornered, their power waning, and they are about to face a judgment that has been written in the stars and prophesied in our most sacred texts since the dawn of time. Ancient scriptures speak of a cosmic war, angels versus a great dragon cast down to earth. Is this metaphor or a hidden history of reptilian forces arriving here? Today, as the High Council's light floods the planet, these forces and their allies retreat underground. But there's nowhere to hide. The High Council, beings of immense power, now confronts them, fulfilling ancient prophecy and ushering in a new era of light. Who are the beings fighting for humanity's soul? They are the High Ascended Light Council, a galactic federation of ascended races from star systems like the Pleiades, Arcturus and Sirius. These ancient beings are pure energy and light, guardians of cosmic law, often appearing as angelic figures in our history. Now the Council has gathered, not to invade, but to raise Earth's vibration and help humanity claim its cosmic heritage. The Draconian Reptilian Empire, ancient ruthless beings from the Draco constellation, were once lords among the celestial beings, but their lust for power led to their downfall and exile. Defeated in a great cosmic war, they were cast down to lower realms, cut off from higher energies. Now they feed on fear and negative emotions, manipulating humanity from the shadows as energy vampires. But their empire, built on deception, is beginning to crumble under the light of truth. The conflict between the High Council and the Draconians is ancient, a battle of control versus freedom written into the fabric of the universe. The Draconians impose strict hierarchy and dominance, seeking to enslave humanity and harvest our energy. The High Council stands for freedom, unity and divine love, an energy toxic to the Draconians. Earth is the battlefield, its fate tied to the cosmos. The final confrontation is here. The Bible describes a cosmic war, a conflict that shook the heavens and reached Earth. Revelation says there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. The dragon and his followers were defeated and cast out, exiled to Earth. Earth became the new battleground for this ancient conflict. The forces of darkness are not just abstract, they are physical beings, a defeated alien race. The conflict continues, not in the heavens, but here. We are part of this cosmic drama. The High Ascended Light Council doesn't appear as monsters or aliens. They manifest in forms we trust. Throughout history, they've been known as angels, blending in as ordinary people, guiding and protecting us. Ancient texts describe them as radiant, powerful beings, like Michael, whose presence struck fear into Roman guards. These are not fantasy. They are advanced beings from higher planes, taking human form to interact with us. They are our cosmic ancestors, shaping humanity's DNA, each race contributing to our divine blueprint. Their forms vary, sometimes with wings, sometimes as luminous humans, depending on their mission. Their purpose is guidance, protection, and awakening the divine within us. They rarely intervene directly, honoring free will, but plant seeds of truth and inspiration. They nurture our consciousness, preparing us for a coming ascension. The messengers of light are here, tending humanity's. The Bible is filled with stories that sound like close encounters with extraterrestrials. Jacob's ladder, a stairway to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. Could this be a transport beam from a hovering craft? Sodom and Gomorrah. Two angels warn Lot, then burning sulfur rains from the sky, an aerial bombardment. The angels physically drag Lot's family out, showing this was a real event, not a vision. Isaiah's vision. Seraphim with 6 wings, one using tongs to handle a live coal, technology described in ancient terms. These are not ghostly apparitions, but physical beings using advanced tools. The Bible's accounts may be our oldest records of alien visitation. They document a long, complex relationship between humanity and visitors from the stars. The evidence is hidden in plain sight. The Draconian Reptilians also walk among us, but in disguise. Unable to reveal their true forms, they possess human avatars, indistinguishable from anyone else. These are the wolves in sheep's clothing, infiltrating positions of power and influence. Their actions, division, conflict, manipulation, betray their true nature. They orchestrate chaos, feeding on fear and negativity. Ancient stories, like Sodom and Gomorrah, hint at their hostility toward the forces of light. These avatars are agents of a dark agenda, keeping humanity spiritually asleep and divided. They promote materialism and suppress our cosmic origins. For millennia, their deception has been effective, but their masks are slipping. Humanity is beginning to see through their illusion. The era of hidden dragons is ending. Genesis tells of the sons of God marrying the daughters of humans. The Hebrew term Bene ha-Elohim means sons of the powerful ones, possibly visitors from the stars. They took human women as wives, a physical union, not a spiritual one. Their offspring were the Nephilim, giants or fallen ones. This is a story of genetic hybridization, extraterrestrial DNA mixing with human. The Nephilim became legendary heroes and demigods. Similar stories appear in Sumerian, Greek and Roman myths, gods having children with mortals. The Bible records the same event from its own perspective. The fallen angels didn't just observe, they interfered with our gene pool. They created a hybrid race that walked the earth. This passage is among the most direct evidence of ancient alien contact. The legacy of the Nephilim may still echo in our world today. To unlock these secrets, we must examine the ancient words. The Hebrew shamayim means heavens, always plural, suggesting many realms. Its root hints at high waters, the vast expanse of space. The Greeks used uranos, the root of Uranus and uranography, meaning the mapped sky. For them, Uranos was the god of the cosmos. When Jesus spoke of the kingdom of heaven, he meant the kingdom of the cosmos. The heavens of heavens is a perfect ancient description for galaxies beyond galaxies. The biblical writers may have had knowledge from the very visitors they described. Their words were not just poetic, they were the best descriptions of cosmic reality. The Bible's language encodes a vision of a universe teeming with life. The Bible speaks of a divine council, a gathering of powerful beings, the Elohim. Psalm 82 describes God presiding in the assembly of the gods, a council, not a single deity. The host of heaven is diverse, human-like, lion-faced, eagle-faced, bull-faced, serpent-like. If these are alien races, the Council of Elohim resembles a galactic federation. Ancient cultures echo this: the Sumerian Anunnaki, Greek Olympians, Norse gods of Asgard. Many civilizations remembered a council of non-human rulers. The Bible is the Hebrew version of this cosmic government. The Anunnaki's decisions shaped human history, the Flood, Babel, and more. These were not random acts, not policies of a galactic law. Humanity was a project, managed by the Anunnaki of advanced civilizations. Our story is part of a much larger cosmic plan. Today, we look up and see a universe more vast than our ancestors imagined. Billions of galaxies, billions of worlds. Statistically, we are not alone. The Bible may be the ultimate disclosure, a record of our cosmic origins and interactions. Earth is not just a random speck. It was the destination for exiled warriors and a site of genetic experiments. Our planet has been observed, guided, and influenced by a galactic council. Our history is part of a much older story that spans the cosmos. The mysteries remain. Who were the Elohim? Are the Nephilim's descendants still here? Do fallen angels still influence us? These questions are for all of us, not just theologians. The clues are hidden in plain sight in ancient texts and myths. We are invited to see our past with new eyes and imagine a future where we are not alone. The universe is vast, but perhaps we are not insignificant. We are part of a grand cosmic drama, warring federations, fallen angels, and genetic experiments. The secrets are written in the stars and in the pages of a very old book. The true battle isn't fought with weapons, but with influence, whispers shaping our thoughts. The angels inspire unity, compassion, and awakening, nudging us toward our highest selves. The Draconian Avatars sow division, fear, and distraction, keeping us anxious and divided. They use media to amplify fear, promote materialism, and pit us against each other. This war of influence explains the contradictions in our world: kindness beside cruelty, abundance beside poverty. For every step toward enlightenment, the Draconians try to pull us back into darkness. But the tide is turning. Higher frequencies of light are awakening more people. Humanity is seeing through the lies, rejecting fear, and remembering our true nature. The influence of the dragons is fading as the presence of the angels grows. We stand at the threshold of a great awakening. The Draconian Empire thrives on fear, our most primal instinct. Fear of the unknown is hardwired into us, a survival mechanism from ancient times. The Draconians exploit this, manufacturing crises and chaos to keep us anxious and controllable. A frightened population is easy to manipulate and unlikely to resist. They've engineered a world where uncertainty and powerlessness dominate. By making the future seem bleak, they keep us focused on survival, not unity. Their greatest trick? Making us fear the cosmos, cutting us off from our true origins. They ridicule the idea of extraterrestrial life, isolating us in ignorance. This lie keeps us looking down in fear, not up in hope. But the truth is, we are part of a vast universe. and liberation begins when we look up. The Draconians corrupt humanity with a three-pronged attack: lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. They promote addiction, consumerism, and instant gratification, keeping us trapped in physical desires. Materialism and envy are fueled by endless advertising and social comparison. We chase possessions and validation, never finding true fulfillment. The pride of life, ego, power, and status is their most subtle weapon. They tempt the ambitious with promises of control and glory, recruiting agents to enforce their will. This was the same temptation offered to Jesus' power in exchange for allegiance. These temptations keep us divided, distracted, and disconnected from our higher purpose. The ultimate goal: turn our search for meaning into a lust for domination. Only by recognizing these traps can we reclaim our spiritual sovereignty. For those unsatisfied with ordinary temptations, the Draconians offer a pact, a classic Faustian bargain for power, fame, or forbidden knowledge. The price? Your soul, your connection to the divine. The ritual is sealed with a drop of blood, binding you to darkness. In return, you gain success, but become a puppet in their network. Now, as the planet's frequency rises, these pacts are dissolving, and borrowed time is running out. The time for subtle influence is over. The final act of the cosmic war has begun. The High Ascended Light Council has initiated the Light Lock, a planetary quarantine of pure divine energy. This frequency fence traps the reptilian forces, severing their escape and dissolving their power. Now the light cleanses, and their undoing has begun. The Draconian forces unleash their full technological might. Continent-shattering weapons, psychic terror, and fleets rising from hidden bases. But they face a Type 5 civilization, a cosmic mismatch, like a child throwing a firecracker at the sun. The High Ascended Light Council simply raises the vibrational frequency, rendering Draconian technology useless. Their last stand collapses, not by force, but by a higher truth. Ascended consciousness overcomes all machinery. With their power gone and their masters silent, the reptilian avatars and their human allies panic. They flee into underground bunkers, hoping to escape the divine light flooding the earth. But the light is multidimensional, passing through rock and steel, filling even their deepest tunnels. Darkness cannot exist in the presence of overwhelming light. The age of the dragon is over. The High Ascended Light Council's victory isn't about conquest or destruction. Their true power is divine love, a force more powerful than any weapon. Divine love is the creative force of the universe, a boundless energy that dissolves fear and darkness. The Council's triumph is transformation, not annihilation, ushering in a new reality where darkness simply ceases to be. The reign of the dragon ends not with a bang, but with the quiet, all-consuming dawn of divine love. The Draconian Reptilians fear divine love with a primal terror. Their existence depends on consuming fear and suffering. Love is toxic to them, dissolving their very form. To embrace love would mean their end. In the end, darkness cannot survive the light. When love shines, fear has no power, and humanity steps into a new dawn. The cosmic war is over. The reign of the devil, the great dragon, has ended. The reptilian forces who once ruled as gods have been subdued. They were defeated not by a greater weapon, but by a greater truth. The light has exposed the darkness, and the darkness has dissolved. The story of this war rewrites everything we thought we knew, turning mythology into history. Now, humanity stands free at the dawn of a new era, part of a vast and vibrant cosmos. With the darkness vanquished, humanity is now free to reclaim its true heritage. We are not the flawed, sinful creatures the reptilians wanted us to believe we were. We are not merely a random product of evolution on an isolated planet. We are the descendants of stars, the carriers of a divine blueprint and members of a galactic family. The High Council did not fight this war merely to defeat an old enemy. They fought it to liberate their kin. They fought to give us the opportunity to remember who we are and to claim the incredible power that lies dormant within our DNA. This is the true meaning of victory. The path forward is now one of conscious choice. The future is no longer dictated by hidden manipulators. It is a blank page upon which we can write our own destiny. This is a call to action for every human being. It is a call to embrace love instead of fear. It is a call to choose unity over division and courage over compliance. Now is the time to dismantle the systems of control that were built to enslave us, not with violence, but with a collective refusal to participate in them any longer. We must build a new world based on the principles of the High Council: freedom, compassion, and unconditional love. The prophecies have been fulfilled. The serpent has been bound. The light has returned. Our cosmic story is just beginning. We must look to the heavens not with fear, but with an open heart, knowing that we are part of something magnificent. We must listen for the whispers of the angels, the guidance of our cosmic family, which will now be clearer than ever before. This is the Great Awakening. It is the moment we shed the skin of our old, limited identity and step into the radiant body of our true, multidimensional selves. The war is won, but the work of building the future has just begun. Let us move forward with the knowledge that the universe is not a cold, empty void, but a living, conscious entity filled with beings of immense light and love. Let us honor the sacrifice made on our behalf by choosing to live in a way that reflects our divine origins. The truth of our cosmic heritage has been restored. It is time to embrace it, to live it, and to build a future worthy of the children of the stars. The age of darkness is over. The age of humanity has truly finally begun.